everyone, I'm Jen and welcome to my channel. I'm a woman in long-term recovery. I'm also a CARC, a SERPA, a rape crisis counselor, a Narcan trainer, a syringe peer, and the creator of Supplies for Life. I know it's very, very long, but it has been a long road to get here. If you look in my description box down below, you'll find a video I did about probably give or take a year ago, and it'll explain how I got all those certifications in New York State because that is where I live. While you're down there, take a gander at everything else that's down there. There'll be the link to Smacked, a documentary that I was involved in while I was just barely out of active addiction. Also, you will find all my wish lists. You will find go bags, which is the most important. It is what I use to help people in my local community. It is currently Socktober, so that will be down there as well. Harm reduction, that's available by request only because we don't want to trigger everyone. And also down there, you'll find all social media as well as right here. So to get into today's video, today is somewhat of an important video. I've been toying with doing this for several months now, actually. Just bear with me. I have a cough drop in my mouth. I'm still not 100%. I still feel really, really bad. You know, this is something that I personally have struggled with as well. When we get sober or on our pathway to recovery or stop doing the main drug of choice that we had or stop basically killing ourselves, whatever our addiction looks like, because not everybody's looks the same. So for me, my drug of choice throughout my life was heroin, cocaine, and methamphetamines. When I finally got to this part in my life where I am now firmly planted on my path to recovery, because I say I'm firmly planted on my path to recovery because we're never fully recovered. We're always a work in progress, right? We're always learning, we're always growing, we're always changing, we're always becoming more of the person we're supposed to be. And if we're not, in my opinion, we might as well just be dead because we're ever evolving, ever changing, ever moving on. Have these visions in our head of what we should look like, what we should do, how our life should be once we are in recovery. And unfortunately, it's not always, our vision isn't always our reality, right? You know, you want to come out of rehab, home from prison, out of jail, whatever your bottom looked like to get onto this new path. You want to come home and you want your clothes to fit properly and your hair to be perfect and your skin to be right and you to get that job that you want, land the girl or the guy that you want, whatever your vision in your mind looks like to you of what recovery should be, right? And sadly, our vision doesn't always match up with reality. And that affects us. It does. There's no two ways about it. There's no right way or wrong way to say that. It is what it is. I know for me, I wanted a different scenario when I came home from prison. I wanted to immediately take Bella home and immediately have this happen, immediately have that. And that's not the way my higher power had things set up for me. The universe had other plans. And I had to go through all these steps and grow and do all these things to eventually have those things come to fruition. And they did. But one of the main things that I struggled with was my appearance. I'm always used to being the smaller girl, the size 3, 4. I just had a different vision of what my body and my appearance should look like. You know, and I was doing some research on my computer the other day and I came across a meme that it said, I'm trying to think exactly how it was said, but in other words, I went from junky to chunky. And I was like, oh, they made that for me. But then I thought, fuck that meme. I didn't go from junky to chunky. I went from sick to healthy, right? I went to dying to living. I went from unfulfilled to fulfilled. I went from not taking care of myself to taking care of myself. And I feel like we struggle with these versions of what we're supposed to be in recovery. You know, when I got incarcerated, I was 82 pounds. And now, I'll be honest, I'm 137. And I'm not fat by any means whatsoever. I'm just a bigger version of who I used to be. But I'm a healthier version. I am what I should be for where I am in my life. I eat properly. I try to sleep properly. I shower constantly, healthy wise. I take vitamins. I try and eat better foods. I try and eat low fat this and that and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, I struggle with the version of who I am today, figuratively, literally, because I'm so used to seeing myself through sick eyes. When I was shooting dope, sniffing coke, smoking meth, of course I was a smaller version mentally, emotionally, and physically than what I was supposed to be because I was killing myself. And now that we're in the second part of my life where I'm healthy and I'm no longer using the substances that I was killing myself with, yes, I have gained weight, but healthy, and I think it's very important for all of us to take a step back and say, society doesn't always deem the norm. They tell you what they think you should be. When we look in magazines and we look around in society and we think we see, what we should be, it's usually bullshit. I saw another thing, actually, someone posted on Facebook the other day. We have people that we look like, we have women, I should say, that we have as icons that are statued in icon for the rest of their lives, whether the rest of society's lives, I should say, because they're already dead and gone, that we equate with sex, beauty, feminism, femininity, what a woman should be. And when you look at them, they are not stick figures. They have bellies. They jiggle in places. They're voluptuous. They're curvy. And they're just stunning. Marilyn Monroe. I mean, she was never a twig a day in her life, but she's the epitome of what sexy should be. We joke around and we criticize dad bods. And then I saw a TikTok a couple of months ago and I play it all the time because I just fucking love it. And it's like, oh, he's got a belly. I know he's got a good job. He eats, I eat, we eat, right? To me, that's success. You see a man like that and you think, like, this is part of the TikTok. Like, you see a man like that and you think, oh, yeah, I know he's got a house. I know he's got a good job, And I feel like those are the things we should be normalizing, mom bods, dad bods. Like, I'm 42 years old and I put my body through hell. And I'm so grateful it's still here with me in the capacity that it is. And yes, I am curvier now. I have a husband who loves every single solitary inch of those curves to the point that it's annoying, okay? Anytime he can cop a feel, he's all about it. What's your favorite thing about Jen? Her butt. He tells me all the time how beautiful I am, how he thinks this is the best I've ever looked in my life, the most confident I've ever looked. And it is because I am who I am. And I feel like we as people in recovery need to be grateful that, so we're a little fluffier around the middle. Who the fuck cares? We need to be grateful that we're still here. We need to be grateful and appreciative and kind to our bodies that we've trashed and that still show up for us every day. Though a little weaker for the wear, they show up every day. They take care of us. They carry us through what we're going through. And we need to remember that. There's nothing to be embarrassed about by being healthy. And as a society, I think worldwide, really, we really put an inaccurate spin on what is healthy. Starving yourself is not healthy. Only drinking coffee is not healthy. Being a size 2 when you are not a size 2 type of gal or guy is unhealthy. It is okay to sit down and be hungry and eat a meal. It is okay to crave certain foods and eat them. It is okay to be who you are and like what you like and not give a fuck what anyone else thinks. I'm so sick and tired of trying to fit into someone else's box. I like my box just fine. I have worked very hard to get that box as comfy and as fluffy as it is, and I am cool with that. And there are so many other things in this society that we could potentially fret over that we don't, like, people living on the street, animals not having the proper medication and food and housing, as I'm looking at my cat chasing a fly. All those things. And we get caught up in the wrong things. And there's nothing wrong with being a fuller, thicker individual. Some would even venture to say that that actually is the norm for society now, and what is and should be more acceptable. I'm not saying, be a trash panda and eat a bag of Doritos for breakfast and, McDonald's every day. No, don't poison yourself. Don't taint your body, but love it for what it is. And don't be ashamed because you have a couple extra pounds. Like, it is what it is. I am absolutely not the version of myself that I used to be. I am definitely a thicker, fuller version, and that's cool. And I am who I am, and I'm grateful to be alive and be as healthy as I am. And I like to eat. I mean, I love to eat anything, especially anything that's not American food, because I just hate American food. But I mean, you can bring on all the sushi and Italian and just Mexican and whatever. I'm all about it. Like, I love food. I love to eat. That's our love language. As a family, we sit down and we eat a meal together every night. Bella and I discuss what's going to be for lunch the next day for her. This is a healthy thing. This is me also teaching my child that it's okay to have a little extra around the middle. Your worth is not valued by your waistline ever. And if it is, leave that situation, because how dare those people make you feel that way? 100%. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk. No, I'm just kidding. I appreciate all of you. And this is just a video that I've been wanting to do for a while, because I keep seeing in all these beautiful recovery groups, people continuously mentioning, oh, my weight, I'm not sure how to do this. I'm not sure how to do that. You don't have to exercise like a mad person. You can put, a walk into your day, or, instead of taking the elevator, take the steps, or whatever the case may be. I've cut a lot of things. Swedish fish are no longer a daily staple in my diet, sadly enough. I don't snack in bed any longer. I try very hard to cut down extra sugars. If I can take something that's sugar-free, I will. Just little things like that. So I'm not abusing my body, but I'm also not judging it. There's enough stigma and judgment in the world. Let's not do it to ourselves, right? So remember, we recover loudly, so those behind us do not suffer in silence. I love you all, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.